Minecraft Live is over, and I've just taken a day to kind of analyze everybody's sentiment and think through what I wanted to say about it. So first and foremost, we are getting two separate drops, or two smaller updates. We're also going to be getting another Minecraft Live. I'm going to go ahead and say somewhere between April and May. That's my guesstimate. There is no guarantee of that being accurate, but we do know for a fact that we will be getting a second Minecraft Live in the first half of 2025. The first drop is Bundles of Bravery, which for Java Edition is this. That is it. Well, with some exceptions. We, of course, will have access to the experiments in the main version of the game, and they have a ton of bug fixes and under the hood changes that will make data packs and stuff way more useful. So a core part of the update is this. The second drop is the Creaking, which is a part of the Pale Garden. The Creaking is connected to something called the Creaking Heart, which will be a block inside of a tree, somewhere maybe right around here, you know. And it will in turn spawn in, and it will not take any damage, but rather will send a particle stream towards that Creaking Heart. But it sounds like these will kind of spawn in clusters, so what happens is the difficulty of these mobs is not in one mob by itself. That's fairly simple. You go to it, you look at it, and you hit it, and then the particles spawn. Once you get close to that Creaking Heart, you're probably getting close to other trees where there will be more creaking mobs that have the one key feature. That if you are not looking at them, that is when they move. If you are looking at the mob, they do not move. Otherwise, they are hostile, they are approaching you, they want you dead. This makes this mob kind of formidable in groups, but not quite useful as far as a PvP mechanic. What is cool is if you pick up the Creaking Heart with a Silk Touch tool, you can reuse it by placing it in between two of the pale wood blocks. And that's a general summary of everything. I suggest you go watch the actual Minecraft Live video. It is live for the Pale Forest biome. A couple of my core feelings about this. First off, I love the Pale Gardens wood. Really nice. I know everybody's like, oh, they just retextured wood. That's what all the wood textures are. Every single wood texture is relatively similar. Even here, if you look at it, this is just a retextured oak texture, and look at that, it's the same texture. It's because it's a collectible, it's a collection of textures that are the same and vary by color, similar to them adding a new wool color. That would actually be kind of nice, is adding a little bit more variety into the wool types. But I do feel like the Pale Garden has a few core problems. One is it's not really a garden. I think calling it maybe a creaking forest, because that's like the main motif of it. And that's the other side of my problem with the update, is I feel like the Pale Garden is missing something pivotal, right? All of our biomes have these things that kind of make them flow really well together. And I feel like this corruption theme from the new moss variant that we're going to get, the hanging moss as well, or Spanish moss, that we'll also be getting, that all is not quite tying as well together. I think what they need to do is they need to go and add like a mushroom or a frog was a good suggestion. I think that would make for a good addition to that particular drop, tying this Pale Garden as this like corrupted forest that something evil has seeped into, really fitting in with that desaturated, everything feels off vibe that they want to go for. It's really just missing like one or two key features, and I think it would make for an excellent update. One of the core problems I have, but there were a couple core problems I had with Minecraft Live as a whole. First off is they announced their new drop system, which I actually prefer. As a developer, I can acknowledge the problem that they're currently running into is a very hard problem with updating. They're basically putting this as the first version of that drop that they're officially stating. Now, I don't think they have to change any of their actual internal plans if they want to do this right well and really get the community more amped up for it. But what I think they could have done was reposition when they said they were making the change to essentially right after the Pale Garden. And there's a way to kind of level that up. This also goes into my second problem, which is the production quality of Minecraft Live. I don't think it was bad, but it really felt like more of a Apple or Samsung, I'm a businessman and I am proper vibe, and not, hey, we're this super cool video game for young people. And this really started when like the lead creator and a lead storyteller lady for Minecraft came on, and it was kind of this vibe of like, hey man, you know, hippie kind of vibe, which is fine. Like, I think that's kind of the type of person she just is, which is okay. But I think that there needs to be more energy. Actually, I've been scrolling through YouTube and all that, and seeing some of the ads that they have for Minecraft Live, and afterwards it has so much more energy than the actual production. And so that just, I don't know. I feel like if they want the community to be excited about it, they have to be excited about it. But that ties into as well, I don't think they like the Minecraft community anymore. And I can't blame them either. And I've participated in this. I think that there is a lot more hate to Mojang than is needed at this point. I think that at this point, they couldn't make an update that makes us happy at all. In all truth, I wouldn't be shocked if this next year goes poorly and they sit down and say, you know what, we're done. We're gonna focus on other games. Because yeah, that's how bad it is. That's kind of why I mentioned some of the things that people call out about the Pale Garden. Is one, everybody assumes that this is a in final state biome, which I don't think it is. They also are like, well, it's just a retextured dark forest. And instead of trying to push that into constructive feedback, like for me, I do agree that Minecraft has a problem where kind of all the trees are samey. And at some level, that's good because it's a classical look. That's what Minecraft is. But I think what they should do is add a drop where they come in and add a couple variants of the bark texture, like 4 to 5, and maybe make it to where logs kind of associate with the same texture. So this would be one texture and this would all be one texture, but there's no variance between, for example, a tree, but the tree beside it might have a variant bark texture. That could be something very easy to kind of add in. But and another feature that I think would be really cool for a drop would be that they take, and if we fly out to this forest, every now and again, they get this like ancient tree that maybe somewhere here in the middle spawns in, and it's this large, like kind of imposing tree that's ancient, right? It's this variant tree of each of the types that has a fairly low chance of spawning in, but when it does, it just adds this like mystical sense to the game itself, which I think would be an awesome drop. I would actually think, and I think that that's something that they could incorporate in that they wouldn't be able to otherwise with the old update system that the current drop system allows for. So overall, I think that Mojang has a lot of work to do to connect with the community, but I also think that the community also needs to show them a little bit more grace in the coming years. Otherwise, I do think that, yeah, we're going to lose the game we enjoy. There's a lot of things that have happened in the last couple of years that, yes, I do agree, Mojang is far from a perfect company, but I also think that some of the hatred that we have towards them for updates, when we're not the people that are giving them money anymore. Like, this is one of the things I've had to kind of stop thinking about is I'm not their customer. I'm not going to buy a plush. I'm probably not going to go watch the Minecraft movie. Why would they cater to me? Because I'm not bringing them money. Of course, I do think they desire to see this game become better. I think that they're desiring to seek feedback. I actually noticed on Twitter today and commented on his post, the head of Mojang, which I thought was Jeb, but apparently it's not, asking for feedback on Minecraft Live and actually like responding to people. Yeah, it was a corporate thank you for your feedback type thing, but it was still reaching out. He was still asking questions, probably aggregating that feedback, which I think is pivotal to the future of the game. They're trying to change, they're trying to do better, and I think that that's shown in the drop system. The drops are going to make development better, and I don't think most people understand that. We're going to, yes, get more updates, more named updates, and we're going to get possibly fewer features every couple of years, but in total, I think we will have larger features overall. As well, this allows them to work, for example, a large update, like an end update that really does need a lot of time, and roll that into, run that for 4 to 5 years in the secret. Furthermore, this ties into the concept of them making the game more data-driven. Right now, I think the only thing left is to make adding custom biomes far easier. And once they have that, I think that once the game itself is overall data-driven, it will make it a lot faster for them to create updates because they can just say, hey, let's add this tree type in this kind of biome, and they can generate 4 to 5 things, send out a team of devs, they generate several hundred samples for them to go through and evaluate, which all of that takes time. In mind that today they still have to do that same process, but it takes a lot more time for them to get there. And that's, I think, what's vital for us in the community to pay attention to. This is why I highlight the fact that the data pack versions and then the resource pack versions are similar to this, have had more than half of their updates, or nearly half of their updates, happen in the last year. And yes, those sometimes are small tweaks, but some of them have been completely earth-shatteringly new. And so my hope is, my prayer is, and my call to action to y'all is, with these new updates, show Mojang some grace. Kind of the first part, because I do know a segment of my community is a little bit more vitriolic to Mojang. Give them good feedback. If you see something wrong, hey, Mojang, I don't like the fact that the Pale Garden just feels like a Dark Earth Forest retexture, and the Pale Dark Wood is just a different colored wood. I would like to see a drop that's dedicated to revamping our wood types. Because that could be a drop in and of itself. It would be like the colored update, which yes, is one of the small ones, but honestly, one of the vital updates to Minecraft. And holy cow, is this Minecraft music going hard right now. I genuinely hope to see the game become something great. I genuinely hope to see this game become something that we can all love together. I do think there are some dangers, and I think there are some things we need to watch out for in the modding community and in the community at large. But honestly, I'm very much looking forward to the next year for Minecraft. And hopefully I'll see you guys in 6 months with Minecraft Live as well. But without further ado, this is Negative Light signing out, and God bless y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.